Long before the glow of city lights drowned out the night sky, ancient civilizations looked up and saw more than just scattered stars. They saw stories. Stories of gods who walked among mortals, of heroes who defied the impossible, and of creatures born from the dreams of a world untouched by time. These celestial patterns, which we now call constellations, were not just maps of the heavens, but mirrors of humanity's deepest hopes, fears, and imaginations. Tonight, we invite you to step into that ancient world, to trace the lines of these mystic constellations and uncover the legends they hold. What wisdom do these age-old tales of the stars offer us today? How can they inspire us to see the night sky not just as a backdrop, but as a canvas of endless possibility? Join us on a journey through the myths and mysteries of the cosmos, where history, mythology, and wonder collide in a bedtime adventure that will leave you gazing at the stars with fresh eyes. As the first humans gazed upward into the vast expanse of night, they didn't just see random points of light, they saw a tapestry of meaning waiting to be unraveled. Across cultures and continents, from the riverbanks of the Nile to the mountain temples of China, people began to connect the stars, weaving them into stories that reflected their beliefs, values, and understanding of the world. These early astronomers weren't just mapping the heavens, they were creating a bridge between the earthly and the divine, between the tangible and the infinite. Take the constellation Orion, for example. To the ancient Greeks, it was the image of a mighty hunter, striding across the sky with his belt of 3 bright stars and a sword at his side. But travel east to ancient Babylon, and Orion transforms into a shepherd, a protector of flocks under the watchful eye of the gods. These differing interpretations reveal how constellations became a universal language, yet one that each culture spoke in its own unique dialect. Whether it was the Greeks crafting epic tales of gods and heroes, or the Chinese associating stars with celestial emperors and mythical creatures, the stars became a canvas for humanity's collective imagination. But constellations weren't just the stuff of myth and legend. They were also deeply practical. For sailors navigating the open seas, the stars were a compass, guiding them safely to distant shores. Farmers looked to the heavens to mark the changing seasons, planting and harvesting crops in harmony with the celestial rhythms. And for many cultures, the stars served as a cosmic clock, measuring time in ways that connected daily life to the eternal cycles of the universe. In this way, constellations became both a spiritual guide and a tool for survival, a testament to humanity's ingenuity and reverence for the cosmos. As we trace the origins of these celestial patterns, it's impossible not to marvel at the universality of this human impulse, to look up and seek meaning in the stars. From the pyramids of Egypt to the observatories of ancient China, the night sky has always been a source of wonder, inspiration, and awe. And while the stories may differ, the underlying truth remains the same. The stars remind us that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. But the constellations hold more than just ancient wisdom. They are also windows into the myths that shaped entire civilizations. In the next part of our journey, we'll delve into the tales behind some of the most iconic star patterns, uncovering the heroes, monsters, and gods that have captivated humanity for millennia. So, as we prepare to explore these timeless stories, let's remember that the stars above are not just points of light, They are echoes of our shared past, shining down on us with the weight of history and the promise of discovery. High in the winter sky, one constellation stands out with a brilliance that has captivated storytellers for centuries: Orion, the hunter. With his distinctive belt of 3 stars and the gleaming jewels of Betelgeuse and Rigel marking his shoulders and feet, Orion is not just a pattern of stars, but a figure steeped in myth and mystery. The ancient Greeks saw him as a larger-than-life hero, a hunter whose skill was unmatched and whose pride knew no bounds. According to legend, Orion boasted that he could slay every beast on Earth, a claim that drew the ire of Gaia, the Earth goddess. In her anger, she sent a giant scorpion to challenge him. The battle was fierce, but in the end, both Orion and the scorpion were placed in the heavens, Orion as a constellation and the scorpion as Scorpius, forever chasing him across the sky. This tale of hubris and tragedy reminds us of the delicate balance between humanity and nature, a theme that resonates across time and culture. But the story of Orion doesn't end with the Greeks. To the ancient Egyptians, this constellation took on a very different meaning. They saw Orion as Osiris, the god of the afterlife and rebirth. Osiris, who was murdered by his brother Set and later resurrected by his wife Isis, became a symbol of eternal life and renewal. The Egyptians believed that the stars of Orion mirrored the journey of Osiris through the underworld, guiding souls to the afterlife. This interpretation reveals how the same celestial pattern could carry profoundly different meanings, shaped by the values and beliefs of each culture. For the Greeks, Orion was a cautionary tale of pride and mortality. For the Egyptians, he was a beacon of hope and immortality. The stars that make up Orion are as fascinating as the stories they inspire. Betelgeuse, the fiery red supergiant that marks Orion's shoulder, is one of the brightest stars in the night sky, a dying star that could explode at any moment, reminding us of the impermanence of even the most enduring things. Rigel, the brilliant blue star at his foot, shines with a youthful intensity, a stark contrast to Betelgeuse's aging glow. Together, these stars form the outline of the hunter, his bow raised and his gaze fixed on the heavens. It's no wonder that Orion has been a source of inspiration for poets, astronomers, and dreamers alike. What do these stories tell us about the cultures that created them? The Greek myth of Orion reflects a world where human ambition could clash with divine will, a reminder of the limits of mortal power. The Egyptian view of Orion as Osiris, on the other hand, speaks to a deep belief in the continuity of life and the promise of eternity. Both interpretations reveal how the stars served as a mirror, reflecting the fears, hopes, and values of the people who gazed upon them. As we look up at Orion tonight, we're not just seeing a constellation, we're seeing a tapestry of human imagination woven across millennia. And now, as Orion strides across the winter sky, let's turn our gaze to another celestial figure that has captured the imagination of countless cultures, the Great Bear. But this is no ordinary bear. Its story is one of transformation, sacrifice, and the enduring connection between the heavens and earth. Among the many constellations that grace the night sky, few are as recognizable or as steeped in myth as Ursa Major, the Great Bear. Its 7 bright stars form a shape that has been interpreted in countless ways across cultures, from a bear to a wagon, a plow, or even a ladle. But the story behind this constellation is as dramatic as it is ancient, rooted in the Greek tale of Callisto, a nymph who found herself caught in the crossfire of divine jealousy and love. Callisto was a companion of Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, known for her beauty and devotion, but her fate took a tragic turn when Zeus, the king of the gods, fell in love with her. When Hera, Zeus's wife, discovered their affair, her wrath was swift and unrelenting. To protect Callisto from Hera's vengeance, Zeus transformed her into a bear, forcing her to roam the forests in solitude. But the story doesn't end there. Years later, Callisto's son, Arcas, now a skilled hunter, encountered the bear in the woods. Unaware that the creature was his own mother, he raised his spear to strike. In a moment of divine intervention, Zeus stepped in once more, transforming Arcas into a bear as well. To ensure they would never be separated, he placed them both in the heavens, Callisto as Ursa Major, the great bear, and Arcas as Ursa Minor, the little bear. This tale of transformation and eternal connection is echoed in the stars themselves. The Great Bear's 7 brightest stars form the Big Dipper, a shape that has guided travelers for millennia. At the end of the Dipper's handle lies Polaris, the North Star, a beacon of constancy in the ever-changing sky. For centuries, sailors and explorers have relied on Ursa Major to find their way, using its stars as a celestial compass. But the constellation's significance extends far beyond navigation. In Native American traditions, the same stars were seen as a bear being pursued by hunters, while in other cultures, they were imagined as a wagon or a plow, symbols of labor and perseverance. The enduring presence of Ursa Major in the night sky serves as a reminder of the stories we tell and the meanings we attach to the stars. Whether seen as a bear, a wagon, or a guide, this constellation has inspired awe and wonder for generations. Its tale of love, loss, and transformation resonates across time, inviting us to look up and reflect on our own connections to each other, to the natural world, and to the cosmos itself. As the Great Bear circles the northern sky, its story reminds us that the stars are more than just distant lights. They are threads in a tapestry of myth and memory, woven by the hands of countless cultures. And now, as we turn our gaze to another corner of the heavens, we find ourselves drawn into a celestial love story that has captivated storytellers for centuries, the tale of Perseus and Andromeda. Their story, like that of Callisto and Arcas, is one of sacrifice, heroism, and the enduring power of love. So let us journey onward as the stars above continue to share their timeless tales. In the vast expanse of the night sky, one of the most captivating celestial love stories unfolds the tale of Perseus and Andromeda. These two constellations, forever intertwined, tell a story of heroism, sacrifice, and the power of destiny. The myth begins with Andromeda, a princess whose beauty was so renowned that it angered the sea god Poseidon. To appease his wrath, her parents were forced to chain her to a rock by the sea, offering her as a sacrifice to a monstrous sea creature. But just as all hope seemed lost, Perseus, the hero who had already slain the Gorgon Medusa, arrived on his winged sandals. Armed with Medusa's head, he turned the sea monster to stone, freeing Andromeda and sealing their fate as eternal companions in the stars. The constellations of Perseus and Andromeda are not just beautiful patterns in the sky. They are rich with symbolism and celestial wonders. In the constellation of Perseus, one star stands out with an eerie reputation, Algol, often called the demon star. This star's brightness varies in a rhythmic pattern, a phenomenon that ancient observers saw as a sign of its malevolent nature. In myth, Algol represents the eye of Medusa, her gaze still potent even in death. This variability, caused by a binary star system, adds a layer of mystery to the constellation, reminding us that even in the heavens, there are forces that defy easy understanding. Andromeda, on the other hand, is marked by the Andromeda Galaxy, the closest spiral galaxy to our Milky Way. Though invisible to the naked eye, it is a reminder of the vastness of the cosmos and the enduring nature of the stories we tell. Together, Perseus and Andromeda form a celestial tableau of bravery and love, their stars shining as a testament to the timeless themes of their myth. What does this story tell us about the human experience? The myth of Perseus and Andromeda reflects universal themes: the triumph of courage over fear, the power of love to overcome adversity, and the idea that our destinies are often shaped by forces beyond our control. These themes resonate across cultures and centuries, reminding us that the stars are not just distant lights, but mirrors of our own hopes and struggles. When we look up at Perseus and Andromeda, we're reminded that even in the darkest moments, there is the possibility of heroism and redemption. As we reflect on this celestial love story, we might ask ourselves, how do these ancient tales of bravery and sacrifice echo in our own lives? Do we see ourselves in the heroes of the stars, facing our own monsters with courage and determination? The constellations of Perseus and Andromeda invite us to ponder these questions, connecting the myths of the past to the challenges and triumphs of our present. And now, as we leave the heroic tale of Perseus and Andromeda behind, we turn our gaze toward a different kind of celestial map, one that has guided humanity for millennia. The Zodiac, with its 12 constellations, has long been a source of fascination and meaning, shaping everything from ancient calendars to modern astrology. What secrets do these starry signs hold, and how have they influenced the way we see ourselves and our place in the universe? Join us as we explore the mysteries of the Zodiac and its enduring impact on human culture. As we shift our gaze from the heroic tales of Perseus and Andromeda, we encounter a celestial system that has shaped human understanding of time, fate, and identity for thousands of years: the Zodiac. This band of 12 constellations, stretching across the sky, forms a celestial calendar that tracks the sun's journey through the heavens. Each constellation marks a segment of this path, guiding ancient civilizations in their quest to measure the passage of seasons and the cycles of life. The Zodiac is more than just a map of the stars. It's a testament to humanity's desire to find order and meaning in the cosmos. The origins of the Zodiac trace back to the Babylonians, who, over 3,000 years ago, divided the sky into 12 equal parts, each associated with a constellation. These divisions corresponded to the 12 lunar months, creating a system that aligned earthly time with celestial movements. When this knowledge reached the Greeks and Romans, they infused it with their own myths and legends, transforming the Zodiac into a tapestry of gods, heroes, and creatures. For example, Leo the lion represents the Nemean lion, a fearsome beast slain by Hercules as one of his legendary labors. Similarly, Taurus the bull is linked to the story of Zeus, who transformed himself into a bull to carry Europa across the sea. These myths not only brought the constellations to life, but also connected them to the cultural and spiritual values of the ancient world. The Zodiac's influence extends far beyond its astronomical roots. In astrology, the 12 signs have become symbols of personality, destiny, and the interplay between cosmic forces and human experience. While modern science may view astrology as a pseudoscience, its enduring popularity speaks to the deep human need to find meaning in the stars. From horoscopes in newspapers to the use of zodiac signs in art and literature, these celestial symbols continue to captivate our imagination and shape our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Yet the zodiac is more than just a cultural artifact. It's a reminder of how the stars have guided humanity through time. For ancient farmers, the rising and setting of zodiac constellations signaled the changing seasons, dictating when to plant and harvest. For sailors, they provided a celestial roadmap, guiding voyages across uncharted waters. Even today, the zodiac serves as a bridge between the past and the present, connecting us to the wisdom and wonder of our ancestors. As we marvel at the stories and significance of the zodiac, we're reminded that the stars are not just distant lights, but markers of our shared history. Each constellation carries with it a legacy of myth, science, and human ingenuity, inviting us to look up and reflect on our place in the universe. And now, as we prepare to delve deeper into the mysteries of the night sky, we turn our attention to a constellation that embodies both beauty and danger: Scorpius, the Scorpion. Its tale is one of intrigue and power, a reminder that even in the stars, there are forces that command both awe and caution. Let's explore the darker side of the heavens, where the stars tell stories of rivalry, vengeance, and the eternal dance between light and shadow. In the southern sky, where the stars burn with a fierce intensity, lies one of the most dramatic constellations, Scorpius, the Scorpion. With its curved tail and claws poised as if ready to strike, Scorpius is a constellation that commands attention. Its brightest star, Antares, glows with a deep red hue, earning it the name Heart of the Scorpion. This fiery star, often compared to Mars for its reddish appearance, anchors the constellation, giving it a sense of life and menace. But Scorpius is more than just a striking pattern of stars. It's a character in one of the most enduring myths of the night sky, a tale of betrayal, vengeance, and an eternal rivalry that plays out above us every night. The story of Scorpius begins with Orion, the mighty hunter who boasted that he could conquer any creature on Earth. His arrogance angered Gaia, the Earth goddess, who sent a giant scorpion to challenge him. The battle was fierce, and though Orion was a skilled warrior, he was no match for the scorpion's venomous sting. Both Orion and the scorpion were immortalized in the stars, placed on opposite sides of the sky, so they would never clash again. Orion rises as Scorpius sets, and vice versa, forever locked in an endless chase across the heavens. This myth reflects the ancient Greek belief in the balance of power and the consequences of hubris, a reminder that even the mightiest can fall. But Scorpius's story doesn't end with the Greeks. Across the Pacific, the Polynesians saw this constellation not as a scorpion, but as a fishhook, a tool of survival and sustenance. To them, The stars of Scorpius represented Maui's fishhook, a legendary tool used by the demigod Maui to pull islands from the ocean. This interpretation reveals how the same stars could take on entirely different meanings, shaped by the needs and values of the people who observe them. For the Greeks, Scorpius was a symbol of vengeance and rivalry. For the Polynesians, it was a symbol of creation and resourcefulness. The constellation's brightest star, Antares, adds another layer of intrigue to its story. Known as the heart of the Scorpion, Antares is a red supergiant, a star nearing the end of its life. Its fiery glow and immense size make it one of the most prominent stars in the night sky, a fitting centerpiece for a constellation so steeped in drama. Antares' variability and eventual fate remind us of the impermanence of even the most powerful forces in the universe, a theme that resonates deeply with the myth of Scorpius and Orion. What can we learn from the story of Scorpius? At its core, this myth explores themes of betrayal, vengeance, and the consequences of pride, themes that echo in human relationships and conflicts. The rivalry between Orion and Scorpius serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the inevitability of retribution. Yet, the constellation also invites us to consider how different cultures interpret the same stars, finding meaning and purpose in the patterns above. Whether seen as a scorpion or a fishhook, Scorpius challenges us to look beyond the surface and explore the rich tapestry of stories written in the stars. As the tale of Scorpius fades into the horizon, we turn our gaze to a different kind of celestial story, one of sisterhood, beauty, and resilience. High in the night sky, the Pleiades, or the Seven Sisters, shine with a gentle brilliance, their story weaving together themes of family, loss, and the enduring power of connection. Let us journey now to this cluster of stars, where the heavens tell a story as old as time itself. High in the night sky, nestled within the constellation Taurus, lies a shimmering cluster of stars known as the Pleiades. This group of stars, often referred to as the Seven Sisters, has captivated skywatchers for millennia with its delicate, luminous glow. To the naked eye, the Pleiades appear as a tiny, glittering dipper, but a closer look reveals a rich tapestry of myth and meaning woven into their light. The stories surrounding these stars are as varied as the cultures that have gazed upon them, but one thread runs through them all: the theme of sisterhood, resilience, and the enduring bonds that connect us. In Greek mythology, the Pleiades are the seven daughters of Atlas, the Titan who holds up the heavens, and the ocean nymph Pleione. Their beauty caught the attention of Orion, the mighty hunter, who relentlessly pursued them across the earth. To protect the sisters from his advances, Zeus transformed them into stars and placed them in the sky. Yet, even in the heavens, Orion remains close by, forever chasing the sisters across the celestial sphere. This tale of protection and escape reflects the ancient Greeks' reverence for family and the lengths to which they believed the gods would go to safeguard the innocent. But the story of the Pleiades doesn't end with the Greeks. In Japanese folklore, the cluster is known as Subaru, a name that now graces the logo of the famous car manufacturer. The Japanese saw the Pleiades as a gathering of deities, their light symbolizing unity and harmony. For the Aboriginal peoples of Australia, the Pleiades hold a different meaning. They are seen as a group of young women being pursued by the hunter Orion, much like the Greek myth, but with a unique twist. The sisters use their knowledge of the land to escape, reflecting the deep connection between the stars and the earth in Aboriginal culture. In Native American traditions, the Pleiades are often associated with renewal and the cycles of life. The Cherokee, for example, called them the Anitsutsa, or the boys, linking the cluster to a story of 7 boys who danced so joyously that they were lifted into the sky to become stars. The Navajo, on the other hand, saw the Pleiades as a symbol of fertility and growth, using their appearance in the night sky to mark the planting season. These diverse interpretations highlight how the same stars can take on different meanings, shaped by the values and experiences of the people who observe them. Beyond their mythological significance, the Pleiades have played a practical role in human history. For ancient farmers, the rising of the Pleiades signaled the start of the planting season, a time of renewal and growth. Sailors, too, use the cluster as a navigational guide, its bright stars serving as a beacon in the night. Even today, the Pleiades continue to inspire, their light reminding us of the beauty and mystery that lies beyond our world. What makes the Pleiades so special is not just their brightness or their stories, but the way they connect us to the past. When we look up at these stars, we're sharing the same view as countless generations before us, each with their own stories, their own dreams, and their own ways of finding meaning in the heavens. The Pleiades remind us that the stars are not just distant lights. They are part of our shared human heritage, a bridge between the past and the present. As the Pleiades continue to shine in the night sky, their light leads us to another celestial wonder, a constellation that winds its way through the heavens like a great serpent. Its name is Draco, the dragon, and its story is one of power, mystery, and the eternal struggle between light and darkness. Let us now turn our gaze to this cosmic serpent, whose tale is as ancient as the stars themselves. Winding its way through the northern sky like a cosmic serpent, the constellation Draco has long been a source of intrigue and wonder. Known as the Dragon, this sprawling constellation is one of the largest in the night sky, its stars tracing a sinuous path that seems to coil around the celestial pole. But Draco is more than just a pattern of stars. It's a character in one of the most enduring myths of ancient Greece, a tale of heroism, chaos, and the eternal struggle between order and destruction. The story of Draco begins with the 12 labors of Hercules, the legendary hero known for his strength and courage. One of his most daunting tasks was to retrieve the golden apples from the Garden of the Hesperides, a sacred orchard guarded by a fearsome dragon. This dragon, known as Ladon, was a child of the primordial deities Gaia and Uranus, tasked with protecting the tree of immortality. Hercules, armed with his wits and might, confronted the beast, and after a fierce battle, emerged victorious. To honor the dragon's role in this myth, the gods placed Draco among the stars, where it remains as a reminder of the hero's triumph over chaos. Draco's shape is as striking as its story. Its long, winding body stretches across the heavens, with its head marked by a distinctive quadrilateral of stars and its tail curling near the Little Dipper. At the heart of the constellation lies Theban, a star that once held a position of great importance. Around 3,000 years ago, Theban served as the North Star, guiding ancient navigators and skywatchers. Though it no longer holds this role, Theban's legacy endures, a testament to the ever-changing nature of the night sky. But the myth of Draco isn't unique to Greek culture. Across the globe, dragons have appeared in myths and legends, often embodying themes of power, chaos, and transformation. In Chinese mythology, dragons are revered as symbols of strength, wisdom, and good fortune, often associated with water and the natural world. In Norse mythology, the dragon Nidhogg gnaws at the roots of the world tree, Yggdrasil, representing the forces of decay and renewal. These diverse interpretations reveal humanity's enduring fascination with dragons, creatures that straddle the line between the real and the fantastical. What can Draco and its celestial kin teach us about our relationship with the cosmos? Perhaps they remind us that the night sky is not just a map of stars, but a canvas for our deepest fears and aspirations. Dragons, with their dual nature as both destroyers and protectors, reflect the complexities of the human experience, our struggles with chaos, our quest for order, and our desire to understand the unknown. When we look up at Draco, we're not just seeing a constellation, we're seeing a reflection of our own stories, written in the stars. As we leave the dragon's celestial coils behind, our journey through the night sky brings us to a constellation that sings with the beauty of music, Lyra, the celestial harp. Its story is one of love, loss, and the power of art to transcend even the darkest moments. Let us now turn our gaze to this small but luminous constellation, whose stars hold the echoes of a melody as old as time itself. Nestled high in the summer sky, the constellation Lyra shines with a gentle brilliance, its stars forming the shape of a celestial harp. This small but luminous pattern is more than just a cluster of stars. It's a tribute to one of the most enchanting figures in Greek mythology, Orpheus, the musician whose melodies could move even the gods. According to legend, Orpheus was gifted a harp by Apollo, the god of music, and his skill with the instrument was unmatched. His music had the power to soothe wild beasts, calm raging storms, and even bend the will of the underworld itself. When Orpheus met his tragic end, his harp was placed among the stars, immortalized as the constellation Lyra, a symbol of the enduring power of art and the human spirit. At the heart of Lyra lies Vega, one of the brightest stars in the night sky. Its dazzling blue-white light has made it a beacon for stargazers for thousands of years. In fact, Vega was once the North Star, and it will reclaim that title in about 12,000 years, a reminder of the slow, majestic dance of the Earth's axis. But Vega is more than just a celestial landmark. It's a star that has captured the imagination of cultures around the world. In Chinese mythology, Vega represents the weaver girl, separated from her beloved cowherd by the Milky Way, a story of love and longing that mirrors the themes of Orpheus's own tale. The myth of Orpheus and his harp speaks to the universal power of music as a bridge between the earthly and the divine. Orpheus's melodies were not just entertainment. They were a force that transcended the boundaries of life and death. When his wife, Eurydice, died, Orpheus ventured into the underworld, using his music to charm Hades and Persephone into allowing her return to the living world. Though his story ends in heartbreak, Orpheus's legacy lives on in the stars, a testament to the idea that art can touch the deepest parts of our souls and connect us to something greater than ourselves. Lyra's presence in the night sky invites us to reflect on the role of music in our own lives. How often have we turned to a song in moments of joy, sorrow, or longing? Music, like the stars, has a way of uniting us, transcending language and culture to speak directly to the heart. The constellation Lyra reminds us that, just as Orpheus's harp could move the gods, our own creativity has the power to inspire, heal, and transform. As we leave the celestial harp behind, our journey through the constellations takes us to the southern skies, where another starry wonder awaits. There, the constellation Crux, or the Southern Cross, shines with a quiet majesty, its stars forming a shape that has guided explorers, dreamers, and storytellers for centuries. What tales does this southern beacon hold, and how has it shaped the myths and cultures of those who live beneath its light? Let us now turn our gaze to Crux, where the stars tell stories of navigation, faith, and the enduring human quest for meaning. In the southern skies, where the stars burn with a brilliance unmatched in the northern hemisphere, lies a constellation that has guided explorers, inspired dreamers, and symbolized faith for centuries. Crux, the Southern Cross. Compact yet unmistakable, this constellation is a jewel of the night sky, its 4 bright stars forming a cross that has become a cultural and navigational landmark. For those living in the southern hemisphere, Crux is more than just a pattern of stars. It's a celestial compass, a symbol of identity, and a source of profound spiritual meaning. The Southern Cross has long been a vital tool for navigation. Before the age of GPS, sailors and travelers relied on its position to determine direction. By drawing an imaginary line through the long axis of the cross and extending it toward the horizon, one could locate the South Celestial Pole, a key reference point for navigation. This simple yet ingenious method allowed explorers to chart their course across vast oceans, linking the stars to the practical needs of survival and discovery. Even today, the Southern Cross remains a symbol of guidance, its stars shining as a reminder of humanity's enduring connection to the heavens. But Crux's significance extends far beyond navigation. Its striking shape has made it a powerful symbol in the cultures and histories of many nations. The constellation appears on the flags of Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, and several other countries, representing hope, unity, and the shared heritage of the Southern Hemisphere. In these emblems, the Southern Cross becomes more than a constellation. It becomes a beacon of collective identity, a reminder of the bonds that connect people across continents and cultures. The stories surrounding Crux are as diverse as the lands that lie beneath its light. In Aboriginal Australian traditions, the Southern Cross is often associated with the story of 2 ancestral brothers who were transformed into stars. Their tale speaks of kinship, responsibility, and the eternal bond between siblings, themes that resonate deeply in the oral histories of Australia's Indigenous peoples. For many Christian cultures, the cross-shaped constellation has been seen as a symbol of faith and divine guidance, a celestial reminder of the sacrifices and promises that shape their beliefs. The stars of Crux themselves are as fascinating as the stories they inspire. A crux, the brightest star in the constellation, is actually a binary system, its 2 stars orbiting each other in a cosmic dance. Mimosa, another of Crux's prominent stars, shines with a blue-white brilliance that has captivated stargazers for generations. Together, These stars form the arms of the cross, their light guiding travelers and dreamers alike across the southern skies. Their radiance is a testament to the beauty and mystery of the cosmos, inviting us to look up and reflect on our place within it. What makes Crux so compelling is its ability to bridge the practical and the poetic. It's a constellation that has guided explorers to new lands and inspired artists to create works of enduring beauty. It's a symbol that unites nations and cultures, reminding us of the shared stories that connect us across time and space. When we gaze upon the Southern Cross, we're not just seeing a pattern of stars, we're seeing a reflection of our own journeys, our own hopes, and our own search for meaning in the vastness of the universe. And now, as the Southern Cross fades into the horizon, our journey through the constellations leads us to another celestial wonder, Cygnus, the Swan. This graceful constellation, with its bright stars and rich mythology, invites us to explore a tale of transformation, love, and the enduring power of flight. Let us spread our wings and soar into the story of Cygnus, where the stars tell a tale as timeless as the heavens themselves. Gracefully arching across the summer sky, the constellation Cygnus, the Swan, captures the imagination with its elegant form and luminous stars. Known as the Northern Cross when its shape is emphasized, Cygnus is one of the most recognizable patterns in the night sky, its wings outstretched as if in mid-flight. But this celestial swan is more than just a beautiful arrangement of stars. It's a vessel for one of the most intriguing myths of ancient Greece, a story of love, transformation, and the far-reaching consequences of divine intervention. At the heart of Cygnus lies a tale as dramatic as the stars themselves. According to Greek mythology, Zeus, the king of the gods, was captivated by the beauty of Leda, a mortal queen. To approach her without arousing suspicion, Zeus transformed himself into a magnificent swan. Disguised in this graceful form, he seduced Leda, and from their union came two sets of twins, including the infamous Helen of Troy, whose beauty would later ignite the Trojan War. This myth, blending themes of deception, passion, and destiny, immortalized the swan in the heavens as Cygnus, a reminder of the gods' far-reaching influence on human lives. The constellation itself is a marvel to behold. Its brightest star, Deneb, marks the tail of the swan and is one of the most luminous stars in the night sky. Alongside Vega in Lyra and Altair in Aquila, Deneb forms the summer triangle, a prominent asterism that dominates the summer skies in the northern hemisphere. Deneb's brilliance and its position at the top of the Northern Cross make it a celestial landmark, guiding stargazers to the rest of Cygnus's shimmering form. The swan's body stretches across the Milky Way, its stars embedded in the glowing band of our galaxy, creating a breathtaking sight for those who look up on a clear summer night. Swans, both in myth and in nature, have long been symbols of grace, transformation, and transcendence. In many cultures, they represent the journey from the earthly to the divine, their elegant movements and pure white plumage evoking a sense of otherworldly beauty. In Norse mythology, swans were associated with the Valkyries, warrior maidens who carried fallen heroes to Valhalla. In Hindu tradition, the swan is a symbol of spiritual enlightenment, capable of separating milk from water, a metaphor for discerning truth from illusion. These universal themes of transformation, and grace resonate deeply with the story of Cygnus, connecting the constellation to a broader tapestry of human belief and imagination. As we gaze upon Cygnus, we're reminded of the power of myth to illuminate the stars and the stories they hold. The Swan's flight across the Milky Way invites us to reflect on our own journeys of growth, change, and the pursuit of something greater than ourselves. And as we prepare to leave the Swan behind, another winged figure takes flight in the night sky, one that soars with the strength and majesty of an eagle. In the next part of our journey, we'll turn our gaze to Aquila, the celestial eagle, and uncover the tales of power and freedom that define its place among the stars. Soaring high above the celestial equator, the constellation Aquila, the eagle, spreads its wings across the summer sky, a symbol of power, freedom, and divine authority. This majestic bird of the heavens is more than just a pattern of stars. It's a character in one of the most captivating myths of ancient Greece, a tale of loyalty, transformation, and the boundless reach of the gods. At the heart of Aquila's story is Zeus, the king of the gods, who often called upon the eagle to serve as his messenger and companion. In myth, Aquila was tasked with carrying Zeus's thunderbolts, a symbol of his immense power, and even fetching the mortal Ganymede, a young prince of extraordinary beauty, to serve as the cupbearer of the gods on Mount Olympus. This act of divine intervention immortalized Aquila in the stars, its wings forever outstretched in service to the heavens. The brightest star in Aquila, Altair, shines with a brilliance that has captivated skywatchers for millennia. Its name comes from the Arabic phrase, an-Nasr at-Tair, meaning the flying eagle, a fitting title for a star that anchors this celestial bird. Alongside Vega in Lyra and Deneb in Cygnus, Altair forms the summer triangle, a prominent asterism that dominates the night sky during the warmer months. Altair's rapid rotation, spinning so fast that it flattens at its poles, adds an intriguing scientific detail to its mythological significance, reminding us that even the stars are dynamic and ever-changing. Eagles, both in myth and in nature, have long been symbols of power, vision, and freedom. In ancient Rome, the eagle was the emblem of the legions, a fierce protector and a symbol of imperial might. Native American cultures revered the eagle as a messenger between the earthly and the spiritual realms, its flight representing a connection to the divine. Even today, the eagle remains a powerful symbol in many nations, its image gracing flags, crests, and monuments as a reminder of strength and independence. Aquila, the celestial eagle, carries these universal themes into the heavens, its stars shining as a testament to humanity's enduring fascination with these majestic birds. But Aquila's story isn't just one of power, it's also a story of service and transformation. As Zeus's faithful messenger, Aquila bridged the gap between the mortal and the divine, carrying out tasks that shape the course of myth and legend. Its role in the tale of Ganymede, who was transformed from a mortal prince into an immortal cupbearer, highlights the idea that even the heavens are not untouched by the human experience. When we look up at Aquila, we're reminded of the ways in which the stars reflect our own stories of aspiration, duty, and the pursuit of something greater than ourselves. As the celestial eagle continues its flight across the Milky Way, our journey through the constellations brings us to a figure whose story is one of pride, punishment, and the consequences of vanity. High in the night sky, Cassiopeia, the queen, sits upon her throne, her constellation forming a distinctive W shape that has intrigued stargazers for centuries. What lessons does her myth hold, and how does her celestial form continue to captivate those who look to the stars for guidance and inspiration? Let us now turn our gaze to Cassiopeia, where the heavens tell a tale as dramatic as it is timeless. High in the northern sky, where the stars form a shimmering W, sits Cassiopeia, the celestial queen. This striking constellation is more than just a pattern of stars. It's a cautionary tale of pride, punishment, and the enduring lessons of humility. According to Greek mythology, Cassiopeia was a queen of unparalleled beauty, but her vanity proved to be her downfall. She boasted that she and her daughter, Andromeda, were more beautiful than the Nereids, the sea nymphs. This act of hubris angered Poseidon, god of the sea, who sent a sea monster to ravage her kingdom. To appease the god, Cassiopeia and her husband, King Cepheus, were forced to chain their daughter to a rock as a sacrifice. Though Andromeda was eventually saved by the hero Perseus, Cassiopeia's punishment was eternal. The gods placed her among the stars, where she is forever bound to her throne, circling the North Star as a reminder of the consequences of arrogance. Cassiopeia's celestial form is as distinctive as her story. The 5 bright stars that make up the W are easy to spot, even in light-polluted skies. 2 of these stars, Skedar and Calf, shine with particular brilliance. Skedar, marking the queen's chest, is an orange giant, its warm glow standing out against the cooler hues of the surrounding stars. Calf, at one end of the W, is a white giant, its steady light a beacon for stargazers. Together, these stars create a shape that seems to tilt and dip as Cassiopeia circles the celestial pole, a visual representation of her eternal penance. But Cassiopeia's story is more than just a myth. It's a reflection of universal themes that resonate across cultures and centuries. Pride and the consequences of overreaching are themes that appear in countless stories, from ancient myths to modern literature. Cassiopeia's tale reminds us that even the most powerful and beautiful among us are not immune to the laws of the cosmos, whether divine or natural. Her constellation, forever circling the North Star, serves as a celestial lesson in humility, a reminder that true beauty lies not in vanity, but in grace and self-awareness. As we gaze upon Cassiopeia, we're invited to reflect on our own actions and the ways in which we navigate the balance between confidence and arrogance. How often do we, like Cassiopeia, let pride cloud our judgment? And how can we learn from her story to approach life with a sense of humility and respect for the forces that shape our world? The stars of Cassiopeia shine not just as a warning, but as a guide, encouraging us to look beyond ourselves and consider the broader tapestry of life. Now, as Cassiopeia's throne fades into the background, our journey through the night sky brings us to a figure whose story is one of strength, perseverance, and the triumph of the human spirit. Far from the vanity of Cassiopeia, the constellation Hercules tells a tale of heroism, sacrifice, and the enduring quest for greatness. Let us turn now to the celestial Strongman, whose 12 labors have inspired generations to reach for the stars and strive for something greater than themselves. In the sprawling expanse of the night sky, One constellation stands as a testament to the enduring power of perseverance and redemption: Hercules, the celestial strongman. Known as the greatest hero of Greek mythology, Hercules embodies the ultimate journey of overcoming impossible odds, a tale that has inspired countless generations. His constellation, though not as bright as some, is one of the largest in the sky, its stars tracing the outline of a kneeling figure, arms raised as if ready to face his next challenge. At the heart of this celestial hero lies Rezalgethi, a striking red giant whose name means the head of the kneeler, a fitting centerpiece for a constellation that tells a story of strength, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. The myth of Hercules is one of the most epic in Greek mythology, centered around his 12 labors, a series of seemingly impossible tasks imposed upon him as penance for a tragic mistake. From slaying the invulnerable Nemean lion to capturing the elusive golden hind, each labor tested not only his physical strength, but also his wit, courage, and resilience. These tasks were more than just feats of heroism. They were a journey of redemption, a path to atone for his past and reclaim his place among the gods. Through these trials, Hercules became a symbol of the human capacity to rise above adversity, to face even the most daunting challenges with determination and grace. The constellation Hercules reflects this heroic spirit, its stars forming a shape that evokes the image of a warrior in motion. Rezalgethi, its brightest star, shines with a reddish hue, a reminder of the fire and passion that fueled Hercules' journey. Surrounding it are fainter stars that trace the hero's limbs and torso, creating a celestial figure that seems poised for action. Though not as immediately striking as some constellations, Hercules rewards those who take the time to seek him out, his story written in the quiet brilliance of his stars. Hercules' journey is more than just a myth. It's a reflection of our own struggles and triumphs. His labors remind us that greatness is not born from ease, but from overcoming hardship, that redemption is possible even in the face of our deepest regrets. When we look up at Hercules, we're reminded of the strength within us, all the ability to face life's challenges with courage and to emerge stronger on the other side. His constellation, kneeling yet unyielding, serves as a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we are capable of extraordinary things. As the stars of Hercules fade into the background, our journey through the night sky takes us to another figure of mythic proportions: Pegasus, the winged horse. Born from the blood of Medusa and tamed by the hero Bellerophon, Pegasus is a symbol of freedom, inspiration, and the boundless possibilities of the imagination. So let us now turn our gaze to this celestial steed, whose wings carry us into a world of wonder and legend. Among the stars of the autumn sky, one constellation stands out as a symbol of boundless freedom and the power of imagination: Pegasus, the winged horse. This celestial steed is more than just a pattern of stars. It's a creature of myth and legend, born from the blood of Medusa and destined to soar through the heavens. Pegasus' story begins with a moment of divine transformation. When the hero Perseus beheaded Medusa, her blood spilled onto the earth, and from it sprang Pegasus, a horse with wings of pure white, embodying both beauty and untamed power. This dramatic origin sets the stage for a tale of adventure, heroism, and the unbreakable bond between human and myth. Pegasus's most famous role comes in the story of Bellerophon, a mortal hero who dreamed of achieving greatness. With the help of the goddess Athena, Bellerophon tamed the wild Pegasus, forging a partnership that would lead to one of the most daring feats in Greek mythology. Together, they set out to slay the Chimera, a terrifying monster with the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and a serpent for a tail. Mounted on Pegasus, Bellerophon soared above the beast, raining down arrows and finally defeating it with a spear tipped in lead. This triumph cemented Pegasus's place in legend as a symbol of courage and the extraordinary possibilities that arise when we dare to dream. In the night sky, Pegasus is easily recognized by the Great Square of Pegasus, a prominent asterism formed by 4 bright stars. Markab, the brightest star in the constellation, marks the horse's shoulder, while Sheet, a red giant, sits at its foreleg. These stars, along with Alpheratz and Algenib, create a shape that seems to leap across the heavens, embodying the spirit of flight and freedom. For ancient sky watchers, Pegasus was more than just a constellation. It was a celestial reminder of the power of imagination and the ability to rise above earthly limitations. Pegasus's influence extends far beyond the stars. In art and literature, the winged horse has long been a symbol of inspiration, creativity, and the pursuit of the impossible. From ancient Greek pottery to Renaissance paintings, Pegasus has captured the imagination of artists, embodying the idea that art itself can transcend the ordinary and touch the divine. Even today, the image of Pegasus continues to inspire, appearing in everything from corporate logos to fantasy novels, a testament to the enduring power of myth. As we gaze upon Pegasus in the night sky, we're reminded of the stories that connect us to the stars and to each other. The winged horse invites us to dream boldly, to embrace the unknown, and to believe in the possibility of flight, both literal and metaphorical. And as we prepare to leave the realm of Pegasus, our journey through the constellations takes us to a darker, more mysterious figure, Cetus, the sea monster. This fearsome creature, born of the same myths that gave us Pegasus, awaits us in the depths of the night sky, its story one of chaos, destruction, and the eternal struggle between order and the unknown. Let us now dive into the tale of Cetus, where the stars tell a story as deep and turbulent as the ocean itself. In the depths of the southern sky, where the stars seem to shimmer like waves on a restless sea, lies the constellation Cetus, a celestial beast born of ancient myths and fears. Known as the sea monster, Cetus is a figure of chaos and destruction, its stars tracing the outline of a creature so fearsome that it once threatened to devour the princess Andromeda. This constellation is more than just a pattern in the heavens. It's a reminder of the primal fears that have haunted humanity for centuries, a symbol of the unknown dangers lurking in the vast, uncharted waters of the world. The story of Cetus begins with the myth of Perseus and Andromeda, a tale of heroism and divine intervention. Andromeda's mother, Queen Cassiopeia, had angered the sea god Poseidon by boasting of her beauty, and as punishment, Poseidon sent Cetus to terrorize her kingdom. The only way to appease the god's wrath was to sacrifice Andromeda, chaining her to a rock by the sea. But just as Cetus emerged from the depths to claim its prize, the hero Perseus arrived, wielding the head of Medusa. With a single glance at the Gorgon's petrifying gaze, Cetus was turned to stone. Its reign of terror ended. To honor this dramatic tale, the gods placed Cetus among the stars, its constellation, forever a reminder of the power of courage and the triumph of light over darkness. Cetus is one of the largest constellations in the sky, sprawling across the celestial equator like a leviathan rising from the depths. Its shape is not as immediately recognizable as some constellations, but its stars form a sinuous pattern that evokes the image of a great sea serpent or whale. The brightest star in Cetus, Mira, is a red giant known for its dramatic variability. Over a period of about 332 days, Mira's brightness changes dramatically, from a star easily visible to the naked eye to one that fades into near invisibility. This pulsation, caused by the star's outer layers expanding and contracting, makes Mira a fascinating object for both amateur stargazers and professional astronomers, a celestial beacon that reminds us of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of the cosmos. The myth of Cetus is not unique to Greek culture. Across the world, stories of sea monsters have captivated the human imagination, reflecting our deep-seated fear of the unknown. In Mesopotamian mythology, the chaos monster Tiamat represents the primordial ocean, a force of destruction that must be overcome to create order. In Norse legends, the Midgard serpent, Jörmungandr, encircles the world, its massive form a symbol of the ocean's boundless power. These tales, though separated by time and geography, share a common theme: the sea as a place of mystery and danger, a realm where the rules of the known world no longer apply. When we look up at Cetus, we're reminded of the ways in which the stars reflect our deepest fears and aspirations. The constellation's shape, sprawling and enigmatic, mirrors the untamed nature of the ocean itself, a place of both beauty and terror. Its story, steeped in myth and legend, invites us to confront the unknown with courage and curiosity, to seek out the light even in the darkest depths. And now, as Cetus fades into the horizon, our journey through the night sky brings us to a figure of a different kind: Auriga, the charioteer. This constellation, with its bright stars and rich mythology, tells a story of triumph, innovation, and the enduring human desire to reach for the stars. So let us turn our gaze to Auriga, where the heavens tell a tale of ambition, skill, and the celestial chariot that carries us forward into the unknown. Rising high in the winter sky, the constellation Auriga, the charioteer, shines with a brilliance that has fascinated skywatchers for millennia. This celestial figure, often depicted as a man holding a whip and reins, is more than just a pattern of stars. It's a tribute to one of the most innovative figures in Greek mythology, Eratosthenes, the legendary inventor of the chariot. According to myth, Eratosthenes was born from the earth itself, a child of Hephaestus, the god of fire and craftsmanship. His ingenuity and skill earned him a place among the stars, where he is forever remembered as the celestial charioteer, guiding his heavenly chariot across the night sky. At the heart of Auriga lies Capella, one of the brightest stars in the winter heavens. Its name, meaning little goat in Latin, hints at the constellation's connection to a lesser-known part of the myth. In some versions, Auriga is depicted cradling a goat and her kids, symbolizing nurturing and protection. Capella's golden light has made it a beacon for travelers and stargazers alike, its steady glow cutting through the cold winter nights. Alongside its mythological significance, Capella is also a fascinating star system, composed of 4 stars locked in a complex dance. This blend of myth and science makes Auriga a constellation that appeals to both storytellers and astronomers. The story of Eratosthenius and his chariot is more than just a tale of invention. It's a reflection of humanity's drive to innovate and explore. The chariot, a symbol of speed, power, and progress, revolutionized ancient societies, transforming warfare, trade, and travel. By immortalizing Eratosthenius in the stars, the Greeks celebrated not only his achievements, but also the spirit of human ingenuity that pushes us to reach beyond our limits. When we look up at Auriga, we're reminded of the ways in which the stars reflect our own aspirations, guiding us toward new horizons. Auriga's role as a celestial guide extends beyond its mythological roots. For ancient navigators, the constellations' position in the sky served as a marker of the changing seasons, signaling the arrival of winter's longest nights. Its bright stars, including Capella, formed a celestial roadmap, helping travelers find their way across land and sea. Even today, Auriga remains a prominent feature of the winter sky. Its presence, a reminder of the enduring connection between the heavens and human life. But Auriga's story isn't just about guidance, it's also about protection. The image of the charioteer, holding the reins with steady hands, evokes a sense of safety and control, a guardian leading us through the challenges of life. This theme resonates across cultures, from the chariots of ancient warriors to the modern vehicles that carry us forward into the unknown. Auriga invites us to reflect on the ways in which we navigate our own journeys, drawing strength from the stars above. As we leave the celestial charioteer behind, our journey through the night sky brings us to another constellation steeped in myth and meaning, Gemini, the twins. This constellation, with its 2 bright stars, Castor and Pollux, tells a story of brotherhood, loyalty, and the unbreakable bonds that connect us. Let us now turn our gaze to Gemini, where the stars illuminate a tale as timeless as the heavens themselves. In the heart of the winter sky, the constellation Gemini rises with its 2 brightest stars, Castor and Pollux, shining like celestial siblings side by side. Known as the twins, Gemini is more than just a striking pattern of stars. It's a constellation steeped in one of the most poignant myths of ancient Greece, a story of brotherly love, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bonds that tie us together. The tale of Castor and Pollux begins with their unique origins. Castor was the mortal son of a human king, while Pollux was the immortal child of Zeus, the king of the gods. Despite their differences, the brothers were inseparable, sharing adventures as renowned heroes and skilled horsemen. But their bond was tested when Castor met his untimely death in a battle. Grief-stricken, Pollux pleaded with Zeus to let him share his immortality with his beloved brother. Moved by this act of selfless love, Zeus granted his wish, placing the twins among the stars as the constellation Gemini, where they remain forever united. Gemini's shape is unmistakable, its 2 brightest stars forming the heads of the twins, while fainter stars trace their bodies side by side. Castor, though slightly dimmer, is actually a complex system of 6 stars, a fascinating celestial dance that mirrors the intertwined lives of the twins. Pollux, on the other hand, is a golden giant, its warm glow a fitting tribute to the immortal brother's enduring spirit. Together, these stars create a constellation that feels alive, a testament to the power of connection and the lengths we go to for those we love. The story of Gemini resonates far beyond the stars. Across cultures, twins have often symbolized duality, light and dark, life and death, chaos and order. In Roman mythology, Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, were twins whose story reflects themes of rivalry and unity. In Hindu tradition, the Ashvins, twin horsemen, represent the balance of day and night, health and sickness. These universal themes remind us that duality is not a contradiction, but a harmony, a reminder that opposites can coexist and even complement each other. When we look up at Gemini, we see not just a constellation, but a reflection of the dualities that shape our own lives. Gemini's presence in the night sky also carries practical significance. For ancient navigators, the twins served as a guide, their position helping to mark the changing seasons and the passage of time. Even today, Gemini remains a prominent feature of the winter sky, its stars shining as a reminder of the enduring power of connection, whether between siblings, friends, or even the stars themselves. As we prepare to conclude our journey through the constellations, Gemini invites us to reflect on the stories that bind us to the stars and to each other. These celestial tales, passed down through generations, remind us that the night sky is not just a map of stars, but a mirror of our own hopes, struggles, and dreams. The myths of Orion, Cassiopeia, Hercules, and now Gemini are more than just stories. They are threads in a cosmic tapestry that connects us across time and space. And as we turn our gaze to the final chapter of our celestial journey, let us carry these stories with us, finding in the stars not just beauty, but a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. As our celestial journey draws to a close, we find ourselves standing beneath a tapestry of stars that has inspired humanity for millennia. From Orion's mighty stride to the tender bond of Gemini's twins, from the soaring wings of Pegasus to the eternal chase of Orion and Scorpius, we've traveled through a cosmos rich with stories of heroism, love, and transformation. These ancient myths, born from the imaginations of countless cultures, remind us that the stars are more than distant lights. They are mirrors of our deepest hopes, fears, and dreams. Each constellation carries with it a legacy of human creativity, a testament to our enduring desire to find meaning in the vastness of the universe. What makes these celestial tales so timeless? Perhaps it's the way they reflect universal truths, the courage to face impossible odds, the power of love to overcome adversity, and the transformative journey from darkness to light. Whether it's Hercules battling monsters to redeem himself, or Andromeda's rescue by Perseus, these myths speak to the resilience of the human spirit. They remind us that, no matter how distant the stars may seem, their stories are deeply woven into the fabric of who we are. Across cultures and generations, the night sky has served as a shared canvas, where each civilization painted its own legends, creating a mosaic of meaning that transcends time and geography. As we look up at the stars tonight, let's remember that we are part of this grand tradition. The constellations we've explored are not just patterns in the sky. They are invitations to connect with the past, to marvel at the creativity of those who came before us, and to find inspiration in the timeless themes they represent. Whether you're gazing at the Great Bear guiding travelers or the Southern Cross symbolizing hope, these stars remind us that we are all part of something greater, a shared human story written in the heavens. Now, it's your turn to join the conversation. What constellation speaks to you the most? Is it the heroic tale of Perseus, the tender love of Gemini, or perhaps the soaring freedom of Pegasus? Share your favorite celestial story in the comments below. We'd love to hear how the stars have sparked your imagination. And if you've enjoyed this journey through the mystic constellations of ancient celestial legends, don't forget to subscribe for more cosmic adventures. Together, let's keep exploring the wonders of the night sky, where every star has a story, and every story connects us to the infinite beauty of the universe.